Corn has one job: to keep you weak. So today, I'm gonna give you a 7-day plan to take your brain back. Each day, I'm gonna give you a specific habit, and these 7 habits will help you desexualize your brain. If you can make it through the end of this video and complete the 7-day challenge, I promise you, you're never gonna relapse again. You're gonna feel like a new man. Day 1, the 10-second rewire trick. Corn, it's not the problem, it's the solution. Your brain, it's learned to numb discomfort. So when you get that urge, it's not random. It's your body reaching for a fix for an underlying dopamine issue. So yes, corn is the solution. The problem is that it's a solution that's gonna ruin your life. So you need to replace it with something that can get you in a relaxed state. As a matter of fact, you could do it with me right now. It's only gonna take 10 seconds and you're gonna literally feel the dopamine disappear. Take your tongue. If it's pressed on the roof of your jaw, let it drop down. I know, you're gonna break your mewing streak. You might cringe, trust me. Next, unclench your jaw. Then, I want you to follow that by raising your shoulders to your ears, just letting them drop. You feel that? How carefree and relaxed you are? You're gonna follow this, the 2-step override. First, you're gonna pause. Don't touch your phone, don't even react. Second, you will breathe in for 4 seconds. And then you will breathe out for 8 seconds. It's going to slow down your limbic response and it's going to tell your brain no reward is coming. It literally resets that trigger reward cycle in your brain by something scientists call dopamine down regulation. The first time you do this, once you get an urge and do this exact workout, you're gonna feel that urge shrink, and each time after, it'll get easier. By day 3, you're gonna start feeling more in control and less reactive. Now that you've controlled your internal trigger, let's fix your external trigger and move on to day 2. Your iPhone has a hidden corn blocker. This one setting on your iPhone blocks 90% of corn sites, and almost nobody knows it exists. Every guy thinks quitting corn, it's gonna take willpower. But the truth is, if that temptation is literally a tap away, you've already lost that battle. So I want you to do this phone hack that will block your corn sites for free and almost no one talks about. Open your phone settings, type in private DNS in the search bar, then tap the option and switch to private DNS provider hostname. And then I want you to enter this exact DNS. If you're an iPhone, you can't just type a DNS in settings like on Android. Instead, you need to manually set the DNS on each Wi-Fi in settings. So you'll go to your settings, then to Wi-Fi, then to a little notification. You're then gonna configure DNS, hit manual, and you're gonna input this number. This number will block all corn and adult websites anytime you're on that Wi-Fi router. So now your phone is safe to use, and anytime that urge hits, now there's friction and extra steps you'd have to do to actually get to the site. It's not as easy anymore, and that's exactly what gives your brain extra time to be able to reset and make the right decision. Which moves us to day number 3, the no-stim walk. See, if you have 3 or more of these 5 signs, your brain is addicted to dopamine. And no matter how much you try to fight corn, it's gonna keep winning. It's gonna keep beating you. 1, you can't sit still without your phone. 2, you eat while watching YouTube or TikTok. 3, you scroll the moment you wake up. 4, music feels boring unless it's loud or fast. 5, you can't even make it through a video like this without skipping. If you check 3 or more of these, your dopamine is fried. And here's how you're gonna fix it. You're gonna do a dopamine no-stim walk, where you're gonna leave your phone behind. Then you're gonna go out and walk for 30 minutes with no music and no distractions. Next, I want you to focus on real world details. The trees, the bricks, the buildings, the birds chirping, the people passing by. And finally, if your brain starts to drift, you're gonna bring it back and recenter it based on what you're seeing and what you're hearing. This is not about boredom, it's about rebuilding dopamine sensitivity. When you strip away stimulation, your brain literally relearns how to enjoy life. And now that your brain is starting to reset, you can now reinforce that progress physically. A lot of times, men will use corn because they feel a girl won't like them, they won't like their size, or they won't like their performance. This is where I recommended natural techniques to improve confidence, like BathMe, which is a water-based training pump designed to restore natural blood flow back to your package. You literally just need to use it for a few minutes a day inside the shower. And I'm telling you from personal experience, your confidence will explode. Yo, sometimes I'll look down, I don't even recognize myself. Because you're training it to draw more and more blood, your vessels are getting thicker. It can literally thicken or lengthen it by up to an inch. This is proven scientifically, which is the exact confidence you need when you're talking to women or when you're with women, not the confidence you get from having 20 different tabs of your favorite corn stars open. This is like exercise, like how you train any other muscle, but for your personal region. And it's an area most men never talk about or they find too taboo, but it's completely healthy. And if you've been spending hours on corn, chances are you might even have erectile dysfunction where it won't even work in front of a real woman. But with Bathmate, you can literally retrain that up again, so it's harder and bigger than ever. Something every guy should do for its own health. And right now, if you click the link down below, you can check out the Hydro Pump Pro. That's the one that I use. It's incredible. It's gonna be linked down below with a special code that makes it an absolute steal. But now, after 3 days of breath work and blocking triggers, this nostim walk is when your brain starts to feel quiet. This is the first time in the 7-day challenge you're gonna start to feel like your battle against corn, it's winnable. Which takes us to day number 4. Guilt extraction journal. This trick for quitting corn, it feels almost illegal to know. It's so powerful that even people in the NoFap community will never tell you about this. You can literally resolve your addiction completely by answering 5 simple questions. But I'm gonna warn you right now, even though this 100% works, most of you will not want to do it because of how uncomfortable it is. So here's a trick. Either on your phone notes app or on a blank piece of paper, I want you to answer these 5 questions truthfully. Nobody's watching, nobody's gonna read this. Question 1, I want you to write down all specific kink or categories that specifically pull you into corn. Number 2, you're then gonna ask, why does this turn me on for each specific one? 3, I want you to write everything that comes up. No filter. Again, it's only you reading this. 4, you're then gonna take your answers and ask why again. Why does that turn you on? 5, you're gonna keep repeating that process of why and why. And what you're gonna notice, it's all gonna lead to your core, that core emotional trigger. This is a technique used in addiction recovery called cognitive behavioral therapy. It is designed to help you find what that emotional trigger is behind the habit you wanna get rid of. And you see, day 4 is right in the middle because it connects everything. The breath work, the blocking, the walk. Now that your brain is stabilized, the journal exposes everything and it removes that shame loop you always felt. This takes us to day number 5, the Spartan Protocol. Your morning routine is the fastest way to beat your corn addiction. Here's how you're gonna fix it with the Spartan Protocol. There's only 2 types of morning routines you can do. One will make you watch corn. The second one will keep you clean forever. You see, morning guy 1 will wake up, he'll grab his phone, he'll scroll on TikTok, boom, dopamine spike. But morning guy number 2, he'll wake up, he'll get out of bed immediately, no hesitation. Then morning guy number 1 goes to the kitchen and eats a sugary bowl of cereal, boom, dopamine spike. Morning guy number 2, he doesn't eat food, he intermittent fasts. That also means no music, no screen, his mood is steady and focused. Morning guy number 1, once he's done eating, will throw on YouTube while he brushes his teeth. Boom, dopamine spike again. Morning guy number 2, he'll make his bed, he'll hydrate, and he'll start his first task. Morning guy number 1, it's not even 8 in the morning, and by the end of his routine, his dopamine levels are maxed out, and he has no motivation for the rest of the day, so he needs the ultimate hit. He finishes his morning with corn, whereas morning guy number 2 didn't operate off of dopamine. He operated off a routine, so he didn't need that dopamine to start his schoolwork or his job. You need to be morning guy number 2, and to get to that level, you need to initiate the Spartan Protocol, which means number 1, no phone for 90 minutes or at least in airplane mode. 2, no music, screens, or digital content in the morning. 3, no sugary food, just water, salt, maybe some black coffee. 4, implement movement, walk, stretch, or do some push-ups in your room. And 5, I want you to journal or read for at least 5 minutes before you start anything else. This will control your dopamine so you can put your mind in command mode of the dopamine instead of being in craving mode like morning guy number 1. Day number 6. No morning wood equals success. You're not waking up with morning wood? You have no urges? That's a great sign. If you're in the middle of this challenge, you're on day 6 and you suddenly feel nothing, that's not failure, that's actually breakthrough. As a matter of fact, here's 4 signs you're beating your corn addiction. You get no morning wood, you feel no libido, you have no urges, and you're becoming emotionally numb. This is called the flat line, and it happens because your dopamine receptors are resetting. For years, your brain only responded to extreme stimulation. When you remove it, your system goes quiet before it rebalances again. This doesn't mean that you can't have sex during this time. As a matter of fact, it's the exact reason I recommended the Bathmate Hydro Pump. I don't want you to panic when you get into this flat line and it feels like it doesn't work. This means you're getting rid of your addiction with corn. But if you still want to use it in real life, of course, with your partner, this is the perfect time to rebuild your confidence physically while your brain is resetting internally. Bathmate helps restore blood flow and performance down there so it can be bigger and stronger than ever, even if your libido is low. In the UK, they actually prescribe this as an erectile dysfunction tool. Like a doctor will prescribe this for you. Here in the US, We're luckier because it's FDA cleared, meaning you can order it online, like I have it linked down below, and use it from your bathroom. When you start using it, especially in phases like this, it'll improve blood flow and performance. Over 1 million men have used this tool. Like I said, too many guys think it's taboo, but it's something serious, because out of that 1 million guys that have used it, over 76% have reported stronger erections and more confidence. And I'm one of those guys. I've used it myself, and I'm telling you, it is incredible how you feel and how it looks. Bro, it literally becomes larger and healthier. It's no different than when you get a pump in the gym. It is exactly that, but for your private area. Bro, it is 10 out of 10 recommended. Every guy should use one or have one, especially if you have a partner. I'm gonna have it linked down below with my special code. It makes it a steal. Now that you understand that flatline is your breakthrough day, right around day 6, day 7 is when we bring it all together. Day number 7, the emotional urge refrain. Your core urges were never about sex. You thought this was a sex detox, but it never was. That urge you first felt in day 1, it wasn't about sex. It was about escaping your stress, your loneliness, your boredom, your shame. And now, after 6 days of breathing, moving, writing, refraining, you finally start to feel it. That silence isn't empty, it's clarity. Corn, it was just your shortcut to feel something. But now, you've taught your brain how to feel something without having to escape it. This wasn't about quitting anything. All your older brother did, it was help you confront what you've been avoiding. That's why this worked. That's why I told you, if you made it to the end, you were gonna beat your corn addiction forever. This was never about desexualizing your brain. I just helped you rewire your emotional response system. So now, you're in control.